When I decided to study abroad in Paris for a semester, I expected to be inspired by the great historical facades, monuments, and museums that I'd been learning about in my 3 years of architecture school. And I was, but what shaped my time abroad the most were the spaces in between. The parks, the plazas, the gardens, and most importantly, the cafes. These are often referred to as third spaces, places that aren't home, the first space, or work, the second space, but a third, equally as important, often overlooked, and much more public space where one can go to feel like they truly belong. In Paris, these spaces are much more common and prominent and became a major part of my everyday lifestyle. My free time was primarily spent in various cafes, drawing and talking with friends, and embracing the screenless, carefree atmosphere. This way of living felt right. Some days I'd wake up and I'd wander into a cafe for breakfast, stay long enough for lunch, and remain in the same seat until the espresso cups on the nearby tables turned into wine glasses. It was inside these spaces that I felt the most connected with Paris, so to make sure I really saw the whole city during my semester abroad, I visited at least one cafe in each of the 20 arrondissements of the city, documenting my experiences through sketching and collaging. Not only did I have some amazing pastries and drinks during this exploration, but I felt as if I got a sense of how each neighborhood functioned, and was able to weave a complete tapestry of the city by observing the people and the atmosphere of these third spaces. Upon my return to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I felt as if a rug was pulled out from underneath me. I can count the number of coffee shops we have on one hand, and these are more geared towards productivity instead of presence. The sense of community and contagious laughter in the warm cafes of Paris doesn't really exist here, although I have tried to recreate it. I still spend hours living slowly in what cafes we do have, inviting friends who come and go throughout the day, and in fear that the cafe culture that has become so integral in my lifestyle will fade to be just a memory of my time abroad, I've begun hosting home cafes where friends are invited to have fresh baked pastries while I make their lattes, followed by hours of chatting, crafting, and feeling fully in touch with ourselves and one another. Studying abroad didn't just change how I see architecture at its surface, it changed how I think about space, pace, and belonging. Good design creates room for people to slow down, gather, and be fully present. Baton Rouge may never be Paris, but in embracing and invigorating these third spaces, I'm able to get it a little bit closer.